Craig Tester, Alex Lagena, and Oak Island historian Charles Barkhouse have traveled 50 miles northeast of Oak Island to St. Mary's University in Halifax to scientifically analyze possible 18th century iron spikes found in the uplands earlier this week. If these spikes can be dated to a time before the Money Pit's discovery in 1795, they could offer important evidence that the team is close to locating the main flood tunnel connected to the fabled treasure shaft, and could also offer evidence of who built the elaborate Money Pit treasure vault and when. Dr. Krista Brosseau, an associate professor of chemistry, will examine the spikes using a high-powered scanning electron microscope, capable of magnifying objects up to 200,000 times their actual size. It can also help identify their chemical composition. They have found phosphorus, which is typically called phosphoric iron, which has a great effect on the durability of metal. The practice of extracting it for manufacturing purposes became common beginning in the mid-19th century. The team is also investigating a 130-foot-long earth and stone feature known as the Serpent Mound due to its snake-like shape. Metal detection expert Gary Drayton joins archaeologist Dr. Aaron Taylor, Liz Michaels, and Miriam Amaralt on Lot 15, where they are continuing to investigate the mound. 2 weeks ago, Dr. Taylor discovered burned charcoal, offering evidence of significant human activity within the mound. When carbon dated, the results were nothing short of astonishing. That one had a date of 1320 to 1440. The team is now working on another hand-forged spike discovered within the mysterious serpent-shaped mound, potentially dating back to before the discovery of the Money Pit. The more work they do on this feature, the more finds they are going to recover. The more clues that could help explain this feature's purpose and origin, the more valuable information they will gain. The team is drilling borehole C9, where they have discovered a wooden shaft 95 feet deep underground. The question now is whether it was built by a previous searcher trying to reach the Money Pit, or if it is the original Money Pit itself. Terry and the team find a solid section of shaft wall, which is unusual and shaped. They also find another angled piece that they want to test. The team believes they may have obtained evidence of a potentially ancient structure, so Charles Barkhouse checks the core sample with a handheld metal detector to see if they might have recovered anything of value. They find an enigma in the core sample, which they believe is an enigma. After retrieving a core sample, they try to use a pinpointer to find the enigma, but it is not in there. Instead, they find a square nail within the core, which is believed to be from the 1700s. The team is shocked to find this small piece of iron, possibly predating the discovery of the Money Pit. Every such clue not only validates that Craig Tester's drilling program may be zeroing in on the original Money Pit, but perhaps also something of incredible value. The team finds the square nail within the core, dating back to Roman days all the way to the late 1700s. Terry believes it is handcrafted and has been nailed, and they are ready to continue their exploration. In summary, the team is working on a core drilling operation designed by Craig Tester to track the path of a possible tunnel discovered in borehole OC1. They have found an unknown shaft in borehole C9, which they believe could be the original Money Pit. They are also testing the core sample with a handheld metal detector to see if they have recovered anything of value. The team is shocked to find a square nail within the core, which could be a valuable clue to their search for the Money Pit. Marty Lagena and Gary Drayton are searching for clues in the Oak Island mystery. They find a massive, heavy spike that looks like an old wharf pin, which they believe could be a ship's wharf. The team believes it may have been right on Lot 32, near where they think there might have been an old wharf. The question then becomes, what happened to the cargo? The team is considering whether the Money Pit or the swamp could provide the answer. They plan to put the spike in the XRF and have blacksmithing expert Carmen Legg examine it. The spike is incredibly massive and deep in the soil, making it likely used for hauling. A ship's anchor spike, possibly dating between 1710 and 1740, could help identify who may have been behind the Oak Island mystery. The ship's log of the French fleet that was coming over in 1746 to take back Acadia was found 3 years ago. The log recounted a failed French expedition to reclaim Nova Scotia from the British, led by the Duc d'Anville, a nobleman from southern France, whose family lineage could be traced back to the Order of the Knights Templar. The ship's log made in 1740 and used in 1746 is entirely possible. The spike found in the same area as the potentially ancient cargo bag seal could be connected to an 18th century French mission to bury treasure. If so, these finds could also help explain the mysterious tunnel encountered one day ago in the money pit. Marty Lagena and Jack Begley are going home with some answers, and Jack Begley promises to return with more information. The team is searching for hidden treasures on Oak Island, a mysterious island with a rich history. Each new discovery brings them closer to solving the island's mystery. One of the most exciting discoveries is a fragment of ceramic with unique features suggesting a complex and old history. The ceramic may have come from Europe and date back to the 1600s. An old iron latch buried deep underground suggests that whoever was on the island long ago may have intentionally modified the land to hide something or keep it secure. The team sends the iron pieces to a lab for analysis, and a CT scan confirms their age and potential function dating them to before the 1840s. The team continues their exploration at the garden shaft, digging deeper into the tunnels below. They find signs of something massive underground, such as Aladdin's cave, wooden structures, and boreholes around the money pit. Advanced techniques like fluorescent spectroscopy and soil analysis show that Oak Island's history is even more complicated than previously thought. As the team pushes forward, more artifacts come to light, including a collection of old coins found near Lot 5. These coins appear to have been made by hand and have a unique appearance. Rick Lagena and his brother Marty discovered 3 coins on Oak Island, raising questions about the island's history and connections to multiple cultures. The coins, made of copper and silver, appeared to be older than Roman coins, suggesting they were brought by early visitors. The second coin had a faint image of a woman, suggesting the Knights Templar or other early visitors brought it to Oak Island. The third coin had a unique pattern of woven or chain-like links, suggesting it was more modern than the others. Emma noticed high levels of calcium and phosphorus elements, similar to a lead cross they had found earlier. The team's curiosity grew as they thought about the possibilities of long-ago exchanges between different groups. They headed back to Lot 5 the next day, analyzing a small iron object and another coin. They decided to shift their attention to the swamp area of Oak Island in past seasons, revealing important artifacts near the dam. Tony dived in to explore the swamp, making an exciting discovery of work timber and wooden beams that suggest human activity in the swamp. The team also discovered ceramic fragments and a clay sailor pipe near a large boulder, suggesting the swamp had once been a hidden spot for secret storage. A team of researchers is exploring the mysterious swamp of Oak Island, Canada, to uncover clues about the island's past and present. They are exploring the soil, dam, and artifacts found in the area. A large piece of pottery, possibly the largest ever discovered, was found in the wet earth, likely made in England or Pennsylvania in the late 1700s. The pottery could have belonged to the island's early settlers, or someone found it later and buried it again for safety. Jack and Helen sifted through more dirt and debris, finding nails and metal fasteners that suggested they were connected to Oak Island's first treasure depositor, Sir William Phipps. Rick and Gary found a large metal strap and another large piece of iron, which deepened their theories about the area's past. Carmen Lee, a blacksmith expert, thought the large iron piece might have been a knife used in mining or tunneling. Carmen's examination of the bow-shaped strap revealed that it likely decorated a chest or wooden box, a style common among the French in earlier centuries. The team's drilling operation at the money pit was successful, but they reached a depth of around 100 feet and found chunks of wood, indicating they were near a wooden structure, possibly a tunnel. Researchers on Oak Island discovered a tunnel leading to an underground structure, which they believe connected to the garden shaft or the baby blob. The discovery of wood fragments near the garden shaft led to further exploration, with the team finding traces of potassium and aluminum, but no precious metals like gold, silver, or tin. However, a trace of palladium, a rare element at this depth, hinted at the presence of valuable metals nearby. Around 100 yards away from Lot 5, Rick and Gary found artifacts dating back to the 17th century or earlier, suggesting humans had been active in the area long ago. They also found a small round metal object, possibly a small caliber lead shot, possibly from the 1700s, which suggested military action on the island. Another discovery was a ramrod guide from a musket, an innovation from the early 16th century. The guide had Roman numerals carved into it, suggesting it could have been from an older period or had a specific specialized use. A CT scan of the guide revealed even more intricate markings, including a hole and an inscription similar to structural elements found in Smith's Cove. These findings suggest a possible link between the finds at the garden shaft and broader historical activities on Oak Island, possibly stretching across different eras. The team continues to explore Oak Island's hidden stories and uncover more hidden human activity.